The dynamics change all the time, and everything is forever changing. So how you evolve and grow as a spiritual person is very important.
Friday.
Because everything you do sets the tone for your spiritual journey. So now the thing is that with people wanting to discover their spiritual journey, you feel as though you can do and attain everything over one concept or over one thing that you need to do. Because often the case is that you still feel stuck, you've gone through all the Nile rivers, you've slaughtered all the multicolored chicken, you've done everything.
That's one it's a message I check.
Where to go, what to do. Is Mindlessly showing you? Why isn't Mindlessly saying anything? Because the critical thing is understanding what you do wants from you. Because the problem is we are so desperate for a solution within our calling, not understanding that a calling is a healing journey on its own. And for you to walk that requires you to understand things on a different level, less than just relating to them from a point of benefiting from it. It is your journey. You need to go and walk the journey. And in the don't just go through things thinking that will work for you. But what I want to highlight is that sometimes we as healers, or whatever the case might be, we always have this thing of thinking that if it works, it will definitely work for me. We forget that we are different people and we carry different amadlozi with different spiritual lineages. So in Ndlela, how things are going to be carried out are very different. But now, I'll bring you to this small analogy of things that I often encounter. And I always say, the problem sometimes is with us as a people. We like making izinto zedlozi as though they are hard, as though they are very draining. Kanti kunala maphutha amancane esuke siwayenza asuka sibuyisele emuva ngezinto zedlozi. So you go to consult and you are being told that you have a gift, you have a calling, and you need to go pray at a river, or you need to go pray at a mountain, or you need to do all these things. One thing that is not being explained is that impilo eyedlozi, you can never say you have an off day or whatever the case might be. We loosely leave the statement of sitwasa every day, but that is the reality. From the day you find out about your gift. So hear me and hear me very well. If you are not yet mentally prepared or spiritually ready, or with your life, you're not prepared for what lies ahead, then I suggest that whatever you're being told, whenever, however, you lay off those things a bit, because you going ukuyophahla ukuyenza zonke lezi zinto lezo noma ukuyehlani, you are evoking idlozi. Idlozi was busy showing you that, dude, I'm here. But eventually, once you start those things, it creates a higher frequency of communication between you and your ancestors. Sometimes that communication is mistaken for, I am ready to go Etwatwa. And what happens now is that your life begins to unfold in ridiculous ways, where else now you don't want to understand. There is no recipe to walking the spiritual journey, but it is very important what you do with the information you are told. And also, we need to avoid cases of being told you have a gift and do all these things, because sometimes you're told you have this gift, but because you want to know what it is, then the mistake you do is now wanting to lead that path, not being fully aware if, is this what I'm ready for? Is this what I want? Because you can't be isangoma Saturday and Sunday. You live that life and it is a demand. Once you must continue that routine until it is open, because often you're always frustrated as into, I did everything I could, but Islam has not pointed me anyway. The question I always ask is, what did you do for your spiritual life? What did did you do? And you tell me this list of things. I went through 1, 2, 3. I went to 1, 2, 3. Was that necessary at the time? Did Idlozi Lako say do that? Or you went to someone that says do this because it is going to help you? There is a help that you get from someone that says, I want to help you, I want to see you get better. Or there is a help of someone saying, so that it is involved in you. If you're gonna start all these processes of you know that you are evoking into esuke ilidlozi enhlizweni noma emoyeni wakho, and what is gonna happen? You now heightening up your spiritual connection. But if you do not have the tools, as into how do I walk this spiritual life, it becomes pointless and useless for you. And meanwhile, impiloko is going down the drain, and not necessarily down the drain, but everything goes on a full stop. Everything that you've been working towards goes on a full stop, because now Idlozi says, I will put everything on ice because you have given me the feedback I've been waiting for years. Imagine, put yourself in those shoes. You've been begging someone to take on this spiritual journey for decades, and in the middle of nowhere they show up and they go for a prayer, ceremony, and whatever the case might be. And obviously to you that will be like, this person is ready. You cannot say you've been struggling with the calling and then still have that audacity to go pray for your people to give you time. When you go there, you need to know that I am opening this door or this portal of the unknown, and whatever comes with it, I am ready to receive it. In Gulo Yedlozi, it is never easy. If you still can say that they're saying that mailing your twasa, because now what is going to happen, that your dreams are going to show you what you need to see. Your spiritual inclination is going to be different, because now you've received all these messages that are coming to you, and at some point giving you confusion. There is a lot of things that we just make a mistake. I always say sometimes it is better to take what Idlozi Lako is saying. Leave things unfold, because this is a journey, not a marathon. You don't someone is someone. You own that gifted person. What happens is that you wait for your journey to unfold. But because we stuck with the routine of thinking that you go consult, you've been told you're gifted, you have to wait. No more you're going to meet someone in the street, or I need to partner with blue candles, or I need to partner with red candles, I need to have a yellow duke or a white duke. We are stuck with this routine and this mentality of backwardness to a certain extent, that we lose the essence of how advanced and how articulate our ancestors can be. It is not every day that Idlozi Lako is going to come to you, because trust me, at this point, you're being told, okay, you have a calling, right? And you know I have a calling. And you start these things. Uzokatala. That's what I can tell you. As long as Idlozi Lako has not given you the deadline, you are going to be tired. There is an awakening. There is ubizo osugunan. There are stages to this thing. So now a person will go, ahambe, ayotola, whatever, cleansing, and they come back and they live their life as though everything is normal. It doesn't work like that. Once you go there, while you evoke whatever it is that you're evoking, because then you go there, you go get cleansed, and then you carry on with life as normal. You try and get as much knowledge and information to groom, or rather grow yourself spiritually, mature like a fine damn wine, and stop whining about why your ancestors are not showing you where you need to go. Because that is why there is such a great majority of people that are being led into the path of Ingoma, because they think that is the solution. There are problems after the calling itself. There are problems within the calling themselves. So if you are not mentally and spiritually prepared, because that's why I say our ancestors have evolved so much that we are at a stage where you now need to mentally and emotionally sometimes prepare yourself for what lies ahead. You are not ready for izinto zedlozi if right now usangaliswa ukuthi ugogo wakho is not showing you anyway. You are not ready for your task if right now you're still battling with your dreams. Because sometimes you find that you go get this, because healing is a continuous process, especially if umntana wedlozi. I always say umntana wedlozi and uyagula. So ingula yako medication yako, that means going for continuous healing. You can't say once that one time you went there to pray, everything must now flow, because idlozi, it is magic. You need to get the necessary treatment uze uba right. Thinking yet we don't want to open our mouths and say we need help. We just say we want to be shown abokobela betu. What if amadlozi are not ready to direct ourselves there because of probably indlela ezibakhona? Because sometimes amadlozi feel annoyed because you're gonna be going under a certain impande yomuntu. Probably they're gonna be healing you ngendlela bona they think you require the healing. And there's certain steps or criteria that idlozi wants you to do, because it is not about ukuthwasisa umuntu kuphela. A person needs to be able to connect with your ancestors, not the whole station yokuthi you go there, you go scream like a mad woman or man, you learn to gida, you learn the muti, you eat the bulu, you faka the tumani, and they hide whatever they hide, and you need to find it, boo boo boo, sip that gold, and then you go home. That mindset needs to be broken down and understand that spirituality has evolved, even the way we do things, because that is why we find even after uktasa, a person who's saying twasile, but my life is not going anywhere. The question I ask is, was this something your ancestors said you should do, or you thought it was the right thing to do? Because even coming back to this thing of your lifestyle, the change of lifestyle is important. Anything and everything you do, if you live nomsam, anything you do ukala emsam. But because we are lazy, once of abogogo, they hear and they listen. Abogogo test you over the littlest of things. Abogogo believe in consistency because they need to trust you. So now you want a quick, I want a buck, I want a job, I want a husband, because I'm promised better things. Because right now you're complaining, I don't have a job. Isn't those your moshega? But then what? What have you been doing outside that? Because ulinda ilanga lakho uba ubizo ukuthi manje sekuyisikhathi sokufa, and indlela uyohamba ngayo uphethe into zakho zedlozi kuhlezi kuyimfihlo. That's the thing that people forget. You don't wake up, set a date and say on this day ngiyahamba ngikuthwasile, kusuke kuyimfihlo ebakhona. You don't even mention it to the world ukuthi ngiyahamba ngiyuthwasa. So now how is idlozi lakho going to tell you where to go if you are going to tell the whole nation and tell us the date of when you are departing? That is not a calling. That is you manifesting a calling for yourself. I don't know if I am making damn sense, because it is tiring sometimes explaining the same things to people. One thing, a person, you want you want the spiritual thing, but there are continuous mistakes in your life. The type of life you are leading is not enabling, or rather, right? Because the finances are not okay. I did say about this, because if it goes in whether you have $1 in your pocket, it will make a way for you to go. Sometimes you not isimo sasaka, it is not good. Two, what is gonna happen to your life post Uktasa? But you're stressed right now. They should just give me a job. They should just give me a job so I can finish their things. They will never give you a job. They will never give you money. Let me tell you the truth. The problem is that you forget that you're going through this journey, and you're making it seem as though we have the magic for you. You're gonna be sitting in my chair one day and telling the story that, you know what, sometimes people with a gift are difficult people because they don't want to listen. If uhluleka ukuhlonipha umuntu oza ngencedo kuwe, right? Uzowahlonipha kanjani amadlozi ongawaboni? You want amadlozi akho ukuthi bakhombe ukuthi uyothwasa kuphi, but in your life you're making so much mistakes and faults. Uma uphethwe ingulo yedlozi, uyazinza mntanethonga. Usuku sebunzimeni, there's nothing fun about it. You know, I always say, if you still have time to be on WhatsApp, if you have you're not yet there. That's why I say, get whatever information that you're getting on social media, but get off social media and experience your journey for yourself. You can never be equipped with anything that we say here, because everything also acquire. These are just things that you need along the way. But other than that, you have to walk this journey alone. You're complaining about the dream. There's so many factors. What I'm saying is change of lifestyle. You cannot be wanting deep connection namadlozi wakho ulinde ukuthi bakukhombe but you're sleeping with every Dick, Tom and Harry. You're drinking like a fish. You're doing all these things. Your diet is not okay. You're not taking times to fast within a month, because almost you're in a waiting area. You're in a waiting area. Because you can. So now that is why sometimes I block that thing out of telling a person that this is the type of gift you carry. Because sometimes you tell a person and end up finding themselves making spiritual mistakes. My journey. You ask yourself, what journey is this you're talking about? Journey is not this. This is not the journey. Journey is not this is not the journey. The journey is within you. You can post all you want, but is it inside you? Were you born for this, or did you fabricate this along the way because of desperation? The agnamana ekmele on the other side of Etwatwa. You work for everything edlozini. That is the discipline that is given to you by amadlozi wakho. They will test you every single time. If right now you are lazy, sometimes you can't wake up at 12 and at 3, leave the spiritual things to the spiritual people. Because even that thing of pray at 12 at 3, go climb the mountain, do this, it is a routine mentality. You know, what happened to teaching people to be spiritually what happened to this thing of teaching people to be spiritually matured, to be spiritually inclined? Because you want to be spoon-fed, you know. Sometimes you're making them pray at 12 and they 3, and their third eye begins to open, and they're not aware that that is happening. And then what happens is that now the third eye is open, you are being exposed to the spiritual things, is even of darkness that you're not aware of. So it's very easy for you to go through a spiritual attack, especially if you do not know. That is why I'm saying someone that can assist you along your spiritual journey is important. And to us as abangoma, let us stop the thing of desperation to have amatwasa and end up misleading people. Sometimes you are there in someone's life to guide them, not put them under you and make them submit to your ancestors, because that is the big thing these days. We want to be liberated spiritually, but allow people to grow and learn the way. Not everything ilasha ngentwaso. You feel me? You feel me? You can have zonke amabai, have zonke ipiga, but if you don't have tools to succeed in the spiritual life, you are going to feel like you're not moving anywhere. My life is stuck. There's nowhere I consulted. They told me I did everything. What is everything? Was that everything something that that person said because of out of their own knowledge and how they walk their journey? Or was that everything isn't the we undermine things said by our ancestors because we take them very lightly. Obedience, humbleness, listening. You cannot be stubborn. How are you going to listen? You've been called for so many years, but you have the audacity to like the candila lako eliship uzocela madlozi time to give you time for what? That's why I'm saying sometimes we mistaken a spiritual awakening for a calling, because I didn't follow my azange ngalandelela. I only approached izinto zedlozi when it was true. But one thing happened, I knew it was time for me to go. So now the question is, are you being put under pressure? Take that thing off. Sometimes even delete social media and stop putting yourself under unnecessary pressure, because but every year the number of people about to say, what are they saying after that? Is their Rosie's working for them? Are they working whatever? Or they just opening these numbers and they telling people that Mabalele Psugu Bayasha, oh fuck, we Siasha all the time, all of us, like blankets are just not for us, you know? I mean, is that the type of life we're living? Because the desperation for Etwatwa has made people think that there is a side to imana from heaven from it, but you don't understand that uktwasa peli. Even till today, usise isa itwasa. You might say mugokos banban, but usise itwasa because your ancestors are grooming you. You upilanga to send twasen. On top of that, it's people's problems. You carry people's problems. So how in the world are you going to be able to do all of these things if right now you're feeling the fatigue for yourself? Don't rush it. Take your time. Uzophahla uzuvela amapotrisi mntase emlomeni, uzophahla uzuqina ama-jaws, ukhuleke uzukhuleke nangesichina. Uma isikhathi kungaseyisona sakho, it is not yet time. Kunezinye izinto ezikhona factors that will be there, but the mistake we think ukuthi isikhathi sami sambile idlozidala lingimele, then you ahamba uyathwasa, come back and your life is stuck. What was the point? It means azange uthole ukulapheka kwengulo yakho, because it means you're still sick. That's what it generally means. So let us stop that as people and understand that healing is a journey. It is a beautiful process, sometimes not easy, but it is one worth going through and one worth enduring. So it doesn't mean at a snap of your fingers, because when I saw Vumugile and you have that money, I'm going for a cleansing. It was Melebati, yes, he's there for a cleansing. A cleansing won't make your ancestors bow before you. It does test you. You going there means ukuthi bogogo ngiyahlambulula manje, sengifuna ukulunga ngendlela zenu. Guide me and lead you. If we change the ways phahla ngakhona, because we often stuck in this, I don't know how to phahla, I don't know how to do this. Why can't we just be open about our spirituality? If you know that Amadlozi, our elders, approach them with respect, but your tone of approach should change. Even izinto ozicelayo, ake siyekeni ukucela imali, sike sicela inhlakanipho, sike sicela ukuholwa amadlozi. Allow yourself to be led, not lead your spiritual gift. Don't allow ukuthi umgogo mahlangabeza to dictate and tell you ukuthi idlozi lakhe lizile lazomvakashela. That is utter bullshit. I always tell you, how can my damn ancestors leave me here not saying a damn word to me, and then when you ovuka idlozi lami and come tell me ukuthi belikuvakashela ebusuku? Let us stop being scammed by people that are scammers. You know, we think people bayotwasa kanti bayofundi drama ekuthwaseni, bayofundi drama uku-actor. Let us just stop that. Let's stop with the nonsense, you know? So I hope this was an insightful video for someone, and should Spirit allow, we will carry on with a definite part 2 of this video. But sit down with yourself and check yourself. Nihambe kanjani indlela yami edlozi? Did I make any spiritual mistake? And if I did, ningakulungisa kanjani? Or rather seek help. Ningasabi ukufuna usizo, because inkinga nifuna ukusizo nina nisizwe nihamba ngamadoda. Kanti no, sometimes ukwazi the general things. Mhlambe kunezinto ekhaya kufuze zilungise ngaphambi kokuthi silungise indlela yakho yabadala. So there's certain aspects to fix and understanding. So if you know that you're not ready for izinto zabantu abadala and all of the, leave the mountains to the Mountanians, leave the rivers to the Riverians, because you don't want to ignite idlozi or evoke your spirit for you to uhlale ekhaya and not do anything about it, because lizokulimaza, lizokugulisa. You go there uyaza ukuthi manje umoya uyakhuphuka, but because you're so ashamed or you don't have the tools uyazibamba, you end up being sick, and it translates in your life and in your family. Because of you, because the red mark is on your head. So let's do the right thing, good people. Let us be honest with ourselves. It is not too late, but asiyekeni ukubanga ngendlela eyi-one. That routine thing has to change. Not everything is for everyone. Find what works for you. Find your path. But most of all, listen to idlozi. I am Pobadini, the advocate of Ilozi. Thank you so much for coming through again. Do follow me on Instagram and also on Facebook. And don't forget to like this video and leave your comments down below. Zilungise, zithande, uzihloniphe. It was another Oh My Ilozi video. Thokozani.